The amount of Cardano millionaires almost doubled in the last month. This and other exciting Cardano news is what we'll look at in this video. What's up? My name is Caroline and this is Wealth in Progress, where you'll learn how to make passive income with cryptocurrencies. In this video, we'll cover some exciting Cardano news of the last couple of days, plus we'll look at how many Cardano millionaires there currently are. Now, one more thing before we get started, we're finally advancing to the final stages before the membership site finally goes live. I can't wait for it to launch soon. So if you're interested in getting into the super early bird option, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter down below. This is about the last chance for you to get in for that super early bird option. So go ahead right now into the description and subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, let's dive in. Alright, let's first look at the Cardano millionaires. So this article says the total number of Cardano wallets with a balance of at least $1 million has surged from 3,625 on July 20th to 9,830 on August 24th. So that has more than doubled, in fact increased by 173%. Really cool. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them yet. Hopefully I will be soon. Let me know if one of you guys is part of that Cardano millionaires club yet. That would be really exciting. So you can see in fact that on July 20th the price was at just over $1, and then the high was on August 24th at just over $3. So that has actually 3x, and what's interesting is that the Cardano millionaire numbers hasn't exactly 3x. So from 3,625 to 9,830, that's a little less than a 3x, and what that probably means is that the millionaires or the really wealthy Cardano owners have sold part of their position, and that totally makes sense. That is like DCAing out, so they probably sold parts of their portfolio further down the road, and that's why there are a little less now. So you can see here what this chart looks like. So this is a source from Messari Crypto Quant, and you can see here that there have never been this many Cardano millionaires. So you can see here these are the ADA addresses with a balance greater than 1 million, and that is a record high of 9.8k. So the highest it went before that was about 8k, and that was in mid-May, so just before that crash happened. But yeah, pretty cool. I expect this will go higher, especially before the launch date, and then we'll see, maybe we'll have even more Cardano millionaires when this bull run comes to a peak. So the next thing this article talks about are the Cardano wallets holding more than $10 million worth of Cardano. So it says here, furthermore, the number of Cardano wallets holding more than 10 million worth of ADA tokens climbed from 504 on July 20th to almost 1,000. On January 1st, there were only 86 wallets with a balance above 10 million. So that's really cool as well. I mean, 1,000 people with over $10 million just of ADA, that's really insane. So Cardano and anyway, the whole crypto space, but especially Cardano, can make you really rich. So I mean, that has surged incredibly within, I don't know, 8 months. That went from less than 100 to 1,000. That's insane. So what's also interesting is if we look at the UTXO. So you can read here, UTXOs represent cryptocurrencies that have remained unspent in their crypto wallets after deposit. Therefore, if a blockchain network sees a rise in UTXOs, it indicates that most wallets are holding the cryptocurrency instead of transferring it to other addresses. Coinmetrics data fetched by Messari shows that Cardano's UTXO account surges from 816,600 on January 1st to 2.85 million at the time of writing. That illustrates an incredible rise in Cardano investors' hodling sentiment, something that might have worked as a backstop to ADA's 1,455% year-to-date rally. So we have seen a bit of a correction during those last few, probably 2 days or something, but you can see the general trend for Cardano is most likely bullish. So you can see a lot more people are hodling their Cardano, they're holding them in their wallets and they're staking them. More than 70% of Cardano are staked. This number hasn't changed much over the last couple of months. So overall, a lot of the Cardano community believes in the long-term potential of Cardano. Alright, let's look at the next piece of news, and that is Cardano goes east after Japan's Bitcoin becomes first to list ADA. So a couple of weeks ago, I've already mentioned that Japan has now allowed Cardano to be traded on exchanges. So I've made a video about that. I'll link it on top of my head if you want to check it out. And now that has finally come to fruition with the first of Japan's exchanges called Bitcoin to list Cardano. So you can see here Charles Hoskinson's tweet from August 25th. He seems to be pretty excited about it. So he tweets, ADA launching in Japan in 10 minutes. I've waited a very long time for this day. Congratulations and thanks to the community there. And then a funny quote. So yeah, that has launched on Bitcoin yesterday. We haven't seen a huge price reaction to that. So if we look at the ADA USD pair, so you can see we've been in a bit of a downward trend, but that has usually mostly to do with BTC's price action. So if we look at that, you can see that BTC is in a bit of a correction mode, and this actually might be because of some of the signals that we've received earlier. So these are the kinds of selling and buying signals that we'll post in our membership site. And we've received a couple of signals that indicated that a lot of Bitcoin are moved to exchanges, and that usually means that those big investors, so these are big amounts of BTC that are moved, and those big investors or whales usually want to short or sell their BTC. So that usually is a sign that there is a correction incoming. Plus we've also seen a bit of a long squeeze, so there have been quite a lot of longs that expected the market to go higher, and there have been quite a few of them liquidated. So that's probably what has played out here, and that's why it's getting a bit of correction, and that's why Cardano is correcting as well. But yeah, this means that another really wealthy country can get into ADA, and now especially before the launch date, that could lead to quite an increase as well. Alright, now I've got another bullish kind of news for Cardano from Crypto Briefing. So this one titles, Cardano is getting an Ethereum compatible sidechain. So you can see here in the key takeaways, it says that DC Spark, so that's a company, is building a sidechain called Milkomeda to connect Cardano to Ethereum. The sidechain will use wrapped Cardano WADA as a native asset to pay for transaction fees. DC Spark has plans for more sidechains to connect Cardano with Solana and other Layer 1 networks. This piece of news also got Charles Hoskinson pretty excited, which is always a good sign. So you can read here, speaking about the development, Cardano's founder Charles Hoskinson stated that sidechains are an essential part of Cardano's vision, before adding that Milkomeda was a valuable addition to the Cardano ecosystem. For this implementation, DC Spark claims to have developed a novel technology called wrapped smart contracts. This feature allows teams to deploy EVM-compatible smart contracts on the sidechain without having to move native Cardano smart contracts over to the sidechain themselves. So this just makes it overall easier to have those two blockchains work together. So we have more interoperability between Cardano and Ethereum, but what's even more exciting is that the fees will be paid in wrapped Cardano, and that has to be backed in some way by Cardano. Now that's always good because we want to see more demand while Cardano gets scarcer, because most of it is staked, so that usually leads to a price increase, and that's pretty exciting. Now the article goes on to say DC Spark is closely associated with Cardano. The project's founders have previously worked at Emergo, a blockchain accelerator and development arm of Cardano. The reason for launching a sidechain on Cardano is not for scaling the network, but purely to enable Ethereum compatible contracts, the DC Spark team said in its announcement. So yeah, as pretty much the whole Cardano ecosystem, this will go live shortly after the launch on mainnet hard fork on September 12th. So yeah, keep a look out for that. That sounds like a pretty exciting project, and it has the backings by Charles Hoskinson. That's always a good sign. Alright, that's it for this video. Now I'm really curious, are any of you guys already Cardano millionaires? If you're willing to tell me or to tell the world, then leave a comment down below. I'm really excited to know where you're standing with your Cardano. I'm not a Cardano millionaire yet, but I will get there someday, I'm pretty sure about that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter to get access or to get the opportunity to participate in the super early bird for a membership site. So go ahead and do that in the description now. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!